Is North Korea actually so bad? Positive stories about life in North Korea are scarce. Ever wishing to play devil's advocate, we did find some. NK News interviewed a North Korean Ji Young Kim, and she had this to say. Although media and news only show negative aspects to life in North Korea, there are actually positive and good aspects about life in the DPRK. Of course there are differences between individuals, but compared to my current life in the South, life in North was mentally rich even if it was materially insufficient. The reason for this is because of the pure heart and affection of North Koreans. Here, in South Korea, there are lots of people with affection, but in North Korea, especially in rural areas, affection between neighbors is very pure and deep. Despite having some positive memories of North Korea, Ji Young Kim is one of many who wished to travel to South Korea. Ji Young Kim mentions that although lectures portray the South as evil and impoverished, some North Koreans see evidence to the contrary in the form of food, fertilizers and medicines that come from the South. As a result, many North Koreans know that the South is wealthy and feel envious. South Korea followed other Asian countries in using exports to boost its economy. It's now one of the highly developed Asian tiger economies which grew rapidly in the last century. It's easy to see North Korea as the repressive regime, and South Korea as civilized and progressive. However, South Korea is not all that innocent. Al Jazeera's People and Power recently investigated and reported on the country now being titled as Suicide Nation. Suicide in South Korea has become the fourth most common cause of death, and it is most prevalent in children and young adults aged between 10 and 30. The cause: an unavoidable pressure from a hyper-competitive society. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop there, and particularly when it comes to spreading propaganda. Whilst partaking in a military exercise, South Koreans blasted out indoctrinating pop music. In the past, both countries have used loudspeakers along the DMZ to blast messages towards the opposite side. Having a democratic government is no guarantee of sensible action. It's questionable whether South Korea's military exercises near the border were a good idea, or whether the country is taking progression is a bit too far. Who's to say which side is right or wrong? As well as wishing to travel to the South, it's thought that many North Koreans wish the two countries to be reunited. A poll of 100 North Koreans stated that 95 wanted to reunite the two countries. Whether this study is representative of the rest of North Korea is unclear. However, reunification is definitely high on the agenda in the South. Latest polls suggest 80% of the southern population are interested in reuniting with the North. What's not clear is how